live on our go live with Graydon Washington. There's Trav. I don't know how I'm going to put this.
Yeah, maybe you can leave it. Perfect.
There we go. Different
Live from the Mighty Veedverks Airship, I'm Travis Lippert, CEO of Burkes Unlimited Limited, better known as Veedverks.
And I'm Julie Richardson, Director of Commercialization and Promotions. And today we have with us Graydon Washington from Bgood.
Hello, yes, Graydon Washington with Bgoodmmj. We got 4 locations here in the greater Denver metro area, medical and rec, and just happy to be here. Appreciate it.
Can I get through some business real quick?
Please
Absolutely.
do.
We're going to be at a Healthy Denver Festival. We're going to be busy because your event is the same day.
For real, yeah.
August 24th, we'll be at the Healthy Denver Festival. Mm-hmm. It's at 67th and Pecos in Denver, 11 to 4 o'clock. It's they've got yoga, they've got meditation, they've got mud runner, extreme sports type of stuff. A lot of things for the kids. They've got vegan food, they've got pizza, they got beer. It's at the Brews Beer, BRUZ Beer Factory. Yeah. So that's going to be awesome. And I also want to tell people that October 18th through 20th, we're going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, at the Oklahoma Cannabis Expo. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an amazing event. There's tons of CannaFam that is going to it. It's put on by Amy Dawn Berlin-Hilterbrand, who started American Medical Refugees and who started Talk to the 6630507 Hand. Mm-hmm. There are going to be a ton of great speakers there. Bob Esquino from Medically Correct, better known as Incredibles.
Yeah. There.
Stacy Lynn from Cannability Foundation, Anne-Marie Doyle from Nuvolution. Tons of people.
What a lineup.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of speaking I'll be doing, but I'll do something there.
You'll be doing
so
something.
Join us. It is going to be it's going to be a really cool conference. Oklahoma is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you're in Oklahoma, a doctor can write you a medical card for anything that ails you, basically. Mm-hmm. And they've had a ton of people take advantage of that. And I know it seems that people are now leaving Colorado to go to Oklahoma because of their more lenient medical cannabis situation.
Well, you're absolutely right.
I would say so, and obviously being there in the southeast corner of Colorado. But we actually have a past business associate, and he's still a friend of ours, but he has a store in the Springs, actually a really prominent store right there in the Walmart parking lot right off Razorback Road. Anyways, he's expanded into Oklahoma. He has a store there, but he's also vertically integrated, so he has a grow as well. And that was a big play for him because right now the biggest problem is there's just no supply there at all. And he was telling us that, it's pretty much like the old school days where, you had your standalone wholesalers and your standalone stores, and they're coming to the store, trying to sell their product. And of course, the price per pound, he was saying it was like close to $3,000 down there. So,
oh my goodness.
But, obviously opening up in a new market, and it's really popular down there and taking off. But I'm really happy for him because he's one of the few stores that has product, but then he has his, how he grows product, which is really high quality. And, but he was telling us that folks are coming to the store, and no lie, like some of the product has metric tags on it. Like it's that bad. And we've been wondering, so, like I said, we have med stores, and right now the med product is dry here in Colorado. I mean, when I'm in my med stores, I'm getting called from other stores saying, hey, do you wholesale medical product? And I got to believe now that, maybe not all the metric product, but folks are bringing that product down to Oklahoma and just for those margins and stuff. Yeah. So it's a wild game. We're in a wild world we're in right now. So.
Well, I attended American for Safe Access meeting last night. Woohoo! Shout out to everybody. And they had the organization, not our chapter, but the national organization, had done a tally of all the legal states and like an A, B, C, D rating. Yeah. And Oklahoma has a B rating, which is, that's not bad.
Yeah.
To be right out of the gate and so new in the industry. But there's a lot of protections and safeguards and different ways that they handled it, for their citizens that kind of has them at a higher
absolutely.
percentage.
No, and you know the reason it's like that right now, and why people are able to bring product through the way it is, because you know the regulations haven't been set up. And I was told that September 1st is when the regulations will be enacted there in Colorado. So then you know it'll start to form to be a more professional you know platform and industry. But hey, great for them. You know, get allowing access to the patients. And it's just, and it's so funny to think. I mean, it's just, I mean, for us to have been in it, I've been in the legal marijuana industry here in Colorado for 6 years. So since September, like 2013. And it's funny to look back on it, because if you guys recall, Oklahoma is one of the 2 states with Nebraska to actually sue Colorado in 2004. I think it was 2014, 2015, when it was after recreational sales started. And it's just so funny because like that was only 5 years ago, and look where we're at. Like they're now a medical, legalized medical state. So we have a little like joke in the industry. It's like dog years, you know. Like 6 years for me, it feels like 20, 25. That's right. It's fine.
It moves fast.
Absolutely.
It moves so fast. And I'm sure in your world too. Look at last time I was on the show, which last show was back in November. I was with my guy Tim.
Yes.
That was real fun. Like I just really appreciate you guys having us back on the show. Well, me back on the show here. And but look at that. The farm bill hadn't even been
right.
You're speculating about the farm bill.
Like that was less than a year ago, and look how like everything's changed in the CBD world. It's fast times we're living in for sure.
Yeah. Now there's a great big CBD company down the street from me called King Supers, which is owned by Krogers. Like this is a...
Oh, look, they got a Veedverks drink already.
Well, yeah, they ought to. But Krogers is a gigantic CBD company. They have, in all of the stores that I can find in Colorado so far, a cardboard display that has a bunch of CBD products in it. Tinctures, topicals, stuff like that. And when I scan their QR codes to look at the lab results, it says that the THC comes back as non-detectable.
Really?
Which, if they set up the test, and the test is to say if it's detectable at 0.3%, then, you know, then it's over 3%. But non-detectable means, you know, less than that standard 0.3%. And so we sent this bottle of lotion from this lot to SMRTL in Utah, and they have a machine that'll test down to 5 decimal places.
Nice.
And we came back with 0.00065% THC in our.
You guys should make that a shirt or a sticker or something. I'm telling you,
that's a lot less. That's a lot less CBD than Krogers.
Most people.
Than Krogers is selling. They're selling stuff with way more CBD than that, and they're selling a whole lot more of it than I am. So Krogers is a giant CBD company, sponsors of the 37 and 47, NASCAR 37 and 47, and. So we're in this holding pattern right now about whether NASCAR is going to let us advertise or, you know, run our logo. We were trying to put 3 Earnhardts in one race, but now we can't even do 2 Earnhardts. They ran the clock out on us, and Jeffrey's not going to be in that race now, so could have been something special. But we look forward to, in the future, working this all out and getting on that car.
Well, I'm glad you keep pushing that envelope, because, you know, I've told Julie and you off camera, like, that's how I became aware of your folks' brand and company, was that NASCAR stunt some years ago. And I just thought that was amazing and ingenious, because, you know, what is NASCAR? And you think about the cars, it's just, you know, brands and logos all over it. And why not throw a CBD brand on there? Because sure enough, look, it's the future. And no, that's cool. You're still pushing that envelope, and that, you know, in that market, you know, like, it's cool.
It's a great market. It's a great overlap. A lot of hardworking people watch NASCAR, and they get lots of aches and pains, and we make a lotion that's fantastic for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, my mom uses that. My mom uses Veedverks products, and I'm trying to put a little plug in here.
Nice.
She lives by your guys' vape. You know, she uses both CBD and THC, but I like to separate them. Like, you know, so she has rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, and which is just fascinating to me. Like, your immune system, which whoever created us, whatever you believe in, was put in our bodies, you know, to protect us. And look, it's turning on her, and cannabis seems to be one of the things that helps her out, and a lot. And so I'll have her on like just THC but then she'll use her Veedverks CBD pen and just puts her at a perfect balance and just sits down and relaxes and watches TV. And
CBD, it's for your mom.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mom and your bulldogs too. Like I use CBD with my bulldog. Yeah. That breed, as they get older, because of their structure, they're known to have more inflammation and cases of arthritis. Mm-hmm. So he's a middle-aged dog. I started him on a CBD tincture. And with the theory that he'll last longer, and it's hard to tell because only in time I'll tell if it's helped relief, with relief. But what it has relieved, like right off the bat, is his anxiety. Mm-hmm. I mean, the dog wouldn't walk through the kitchen, and the door to the backyard is through the kitchen. I started him on a CBD regimen, and sure enough, he's just strutting through the kitchen, and it's just good to see, and it's just really powerful. And I believe in some CBD for sure.
I saw this meme on Facebook. Somebody posted that I gave my dog CBD and he woke up this morning or something about listening to Joe Rogan podcasts all
day. The meme culture is amazing, right? It's fascinating. I love it. But I think I've seen one like that too. Yeah. That's good stuff.
So you're with Be Good, and they have the 10-year birthday bash coming up. August 24th.
Absolutely.
Tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, first off, 10 years in the game, like I was saying, like it's dog years. Like, and I started with the company back in 2013, and just all the changes, regulatory wise, just the community, pricing, the culture. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at who we have in office now, Jared Polis. It's amazing. The first, openly pot friendly, like seriously, he's the first openly pot friendly, governor, and that's really powerful. And but yeah, at 10 years, we started out as a little medical store in 2009, opened August 24th of 2009, and that was before. I forget the name of the bill, but it was a bill that was enacted in June of 2010, and that was the bill that pretty much made the industry vertically integrated. Mm-hmm. So right before that time, it was like Oklahoma kind of is right now. Like you have all those standalone stores, and you have all the standalone, growers, cultivators, and they're going around wholesaling their product to the stores. Hickenlooper, pretty much said, hey, you got to be vertically integrated. From what I've heard, there was a lot of influence from companies that came out from Cali. You think about it, it was in the big boys' interest to have it vertically integrated. That other model, the small guy could thrive, but this model, the big boys were more prepped for it because they could have both, And
that was called HB 10-1284.
Thank you, sir. I don't know if you guys heard.
The store was over on Washington Street.
Okay, very cool. We got an OG. We got an OG in the studio here. I appreciate you.
Got a couple of them in the studio right now.
I appreciate you guys. And
Bubba Zarobnik, Mark Rice.
Appreciate
We're hanging
you
out with Cannabis royalty right now.
Yeah, I'm the can of kid, man. I'm just a kid in this whole thing. But yeah, sure enough. So Boss Man, the gentleman who runs our company, he had to grow and gets word of this. And what was really unethical and like unfair was that the governor gave this industry like a month to do that. Which anybody who's been in business, like. If you're going to be in business with someone, you want to like feel them out, build a relationship with them for some months, find out are they fucking batshit crazy, things like that. Mm-hmm. But under this circumstance, it was like something around the 1st of July or something. It's like, you got to partner up. And that's what they refer to it as, a shotgun marriages. And a lot of these companies that were created off shotgun marriages. So Boss Man, he went to the shop that he thought was in the coolest location, which was West Wash Park, like Bayard in Pennsylvania. It's like the northeast corner of Alameda going east-west, Logan going north-south. And just a really nice, beautiful shop. Still is. It's like looks like a coffee shop, no bars, plexiglass or anything, just all glass. And it really is the epitome of what I think is a medical shop should be. But yeah, partners with the guy, and the guy just ends up, just being a weirdo. And we've been behind the 8 ball ever since. But what's been really cool is we were able to expand in 2015 to our first rec store. And there was a med store there as well too, up in North Glen. So about 114th, 115th, and Huron.
Is that where Looper Bowl was?
Correct. Yeah. You know what's up, man.
Looper Bowl.
Looper Bowl was epic. I appreciate you guys coming out.
was
That was
awesome.
so fun. That was so awesome. You and Michael Miller talking about it on the next show too. Like, this place is in Colorado. And, but yeah, that's what we're all about, is just pushing the culture forward. But yeah, so same location, hugs I-25, the most populous highway in Colorado. We have signage there, and we love that location. And then last year, we opened our first standalone rec store in Federal Heights, which is a municipality a little southwest of North Glen. So both North Glen and Federal Heights are north of the city, for those who don't know, north of Denver here. And that's been a great shot for us too. It's the first store north of the Boulder Turnpike.
Nice.
And we're right there on Federal, so 88th and Federal. Check us out there. And then just a few months ago, we opened our bread and butter, the Inglewood store, which is a standalone rec as well. And that one is at Hamden and Broadway.
Nice.
So yeah, we're growing, and like I said, we ran into a series of unfortunate events in the beginning, but just staying true to who we are, doing good business, being good. We say it's not just a name for us. It's literally like it's a way of life. Yeah. And just being good and cultivating relationships, like one we've been building with you folks and many others, and here we are 10 years later at the Bgoodmmj Birthday Bash. So long story short, we're gonna celebrate and throw a big compliant 21 plus private event. You can get all the information to RSVP at bgoodmmj.com. But yeah, essentially you have to become a member of Bgood, which is really easy. It's just your first, last name, and a phone number, and then we send you the RSVP link, and then you agree to it, and then you get a ticket on your phone, and or you can have it in your email or text. But yeah, from the Looper Bowl, and then we had the Top Dog Genetics launch party back in the fall. Actually, it was around the time we were on the show here. We were probably talking about it then. We've really.
What are some of the cultivars from Top Dog?
Oh, Top Dog's got. He's got some of the most exotic ones I've seen. Well, first off the bat, like he's known for creating Star Dog. Like he bred that strain, and that strain. I was actually living in Cali at the time. It was like 2000, late 2010. I think 2011. Sorry. Like that strain hit California and just exploded, man. And it's just been a staple ever since. So it's really cool to, when we have customers and our patients come in, like, this was made from the guy himself. And, but yeah, he has a Chem D, like pineapple Thai, Nigerian haze is one of his like exotic ones I really like. He has a bunch of Thais and God, what other ones? White cookies. You got Starfucker, which is he just has really exotic, really cool strains, and that was kind of our play. We have Llama brand as well, and we've been working with them since 2015, and they've just been taking home awards for themselves and really building a name. We're just really proud of them, and as part of our partnership, we want to excel their brand, and it's the same with Top Dog, and we just saw an opportunity to bring in, a geneticist and someone who's known in the industry and wanted to get in the licensed legal end, and it was just a great partnership. And now we got a great 1-2 punch with Llama and him, and so they'll be sponsors of the event. I don't know if Top Dog will be there for the event, but I know Tony with Llama will be there, and that bunch of star power coming out in the industry, and it'll be a good time.
So Llama grows bud.
Llama grows bud. Yep. Llama
what kind of llama cultivars do you have? Oh man, so that one we're partaking with is the Zerpal Punch 4. So that's just that's one of their sativas. They got witch's weed. They got a bunch. They do the GMO. Top Dog is the GMO as well. It's so funny. I sell it all the time, but I'm spacing on it. I get to indulge in it all the time, and it's so amazing. Like, it's fine cannabis. I again, I haven't been around as long as these OGs here, but like I've been around a lot of cannabis in different markets too. Being from Washington State, and then living in SoCal and living in NorCal and then living out here, and it's not those big steroid buds. It's like every time we don't use too much wholesale product. Maybe we will for our sales shelf, but all the wholesale product I see, or just a lot of product I see, it's like I call them steroid nugs,
and it's just these big, rocks that, look cool and all that. But then you start really looking closer, and it's like, wow, that looks like that's been machine trimmed. You break it open, it just turns into dust. There's just so many things to like cultivating cannabis. I'm no expert myself, but just, I consider myself a connoisseur now because I do it so much, and I don't want to be smoking boof and larf and those are just some of the terms we use, but
Boof and
mids.
larf.
Yeah, mid. Some mids like.
No, you're not gonna have any Mexican brickweed or anything like
definitely
that.
none of that. Except when you smoke. Have you seen like hemp flower sold alone? Like it looks.
I've never seen it. Well, I've seen it in person where they're selling smokable hemp flower.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's. I guess I'm just used to seeing like just pristine buds, like the Llama brand buds. But anyways, like there's just more definition to them, and the hairs are more prominent, and they just look healthy and happy buds, and obviously loaded with trichomes. So, like I said, I'm a big Llama fan, big Llama proponent. Both Llama brand and Top Dog are exclusive to Be Good at all 4 of our locations. Definitely check them out. And but yeah, they're going to be out there at the event. We're just just tapping into our network. Like we really, one of the restrictions, we have so many restrictions in the high THC side of the business, and one of them being marketing restrictions. And that's why we really tapped in, came up with the marketing plan of, we were going to tap into user experience. So, where we don't have the money for all the traditional print media and all that, we're really about the community and tapping into the culture. And again, this is just going to be an example of that. The event will be on August 24th. It's a Saturday. We like that. Well, it's the actual day of our inception, which is cool. And it's the weekend before Labor Day, which we found out the hard way last year at our Federal Heights grand opening. We did it September 1st, August 31st. It was still a great reception. Some of our biggest days, it was the first time we were open, but could have got a lot more if we did a different weekend. Everybody was either out of town, Taste of Colorado, Crush Walls,
right.
A lot of things starting that weekend. So the weekend before, strategy-wise, I think it's going to be really good for us as well. But like I said, a free event goes from 2 to 9, so a good 7 hours. From 2 to 3, we imagine that being the check-in. We're incentivizing people to get there early to not only take advantage of coupons that we're going to have cannabis vendors there, passing out coupons because there's a store conveniently close by, but also signing up for the Beer Olympics, which I think would be a good segue into showing.
I'm excited about this.
I haven't mentioned them yet, but these are my guys here. I love this product. Let's get this super zoomed in. But we're gonna have a Beer Olympics with this product here, Saria. I think they started in December last year, but THC infused beer, and it's de-alkalized, so no alcohol in it. It'd be impossible to have any alcohol in it because with all the regulations on our side, we can't have any products.
So
It tastes like beer?
Oh, absolutely. So let's pop these
I
open.
like how we both have bottle openers on our keychain.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but do you have an alligator claw?
No,
The alligator claw takes me back.
my bottle opener.
Definitely cheers, man. I just appreciate you guys having me on the show. People don't know, this is like one of the most amazing, elaborate, multimedia setups here. All right, cheers.
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 Saria beer.
Saria beer.
Oh, it tastes like beer. It tastes like Blue Moon, which
Well,
makes a
I'm glad
little
you
bit of sense, doesn't it? Tell us about that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because the maker of Saria and the founder and owner is actually the gentleman who created Blue Moon.
This actually tastes good.
Right? It tastes
snob.
like a blue moon. It's amazing.
Tastes like a Blue Moon with no alcohol.
With no alcohol. That's
And
what I love
5
about
milligrams
it.
of THC?
And this is their microdose version, which actually is perfect because you'll see after one of these, I actually get pretty tipsy.
Really?
It's 5 milligrams of THC, but I gotta believe it's the hops as well.
Definitely.
So something I've learned from my good friend Max Montrose. Shout out to Max,
Trichome Institute.
I was fortunate to be part of his first class ever. It was years ago, and he actually had it in the cafe right next to Be Good West Wash Park, our first shop, right there in central Denver. And I learned one of the many things I learned was that what is it called
Humulene,
what is it? Yeah, exactly. And cannabis.
or myrcene,
the
terpenes.
What is it? The hops plant. I'm spacing out right
Hops.
now. Yeah, hops. Sorry, hops and cannabis were the same plant a millennia ago, and they have they both have cannabinoids. They both have terpenes, and just through evolution, they split apart. And yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the effect you get with it. But anyways, they're going to be our main sponsor. We're really happy to partner with them. They're innovative product into the market, and just look at their brand and just the quality and just Keith Villa. I mean, he's triple OG in the alcohol world. I mean, and he's a local boy, and went to school up in Boulder, and attracted the likes of Coors, and they liked him so much they actually ended up sending him out to Belgium, and he gets a PhD in brewing, and then comes back years later and creates Blue Moon. So it's very cool, and it's fun to have these people from outside the industry start to jump in the industry more, and it's just going to accelerate and enhance our industry and what we're doing here.
Well, this is kind of guilt-free. It only has 64 calories, which is, for the beer taste, I expected it to have more calories, but it doesn't have any sugar. So somebody with diabetes, or maybe they want to enjoy something with their friends, I can have this. This isn't going to give me a seizure. I don't drink alcohol, but I like the taste of beer.
Yeah, and
I need a lime, but
let's get this lady a lime.
60 carbs.
How many carbs? It has
64. Oh wait,
no
sorry,
carbohydrate. 12 grams of carbs.
Is that good? Is that bad?
It's low in carbohydrates.
Right.
Yeah.
What about dietary fiber?
None.
So it's a full 12 grams of carbohydrate.
Yeah.
I could actually drink one of those on my 20 grams of carbohydrate a day diet.
Yeah.
And actually have one of those would be kind of
Yeah, it's a great product.
It's a well.
Do you have this on the shelves already?
We do. So you can find this at all 3 of our rec stores. It's a rec only product from what I know, but I know they're going to be coming out with a CBD version, I think by the end of the year.
Do you get them in a 6-pack, or is it one by one?
So yeah, they're going to evolve to that. They're definitely going to emulate the beer world, and we are too. Just my creative mind. I was thinking about this party and love this product, but when I was in high school, primarily in high school, not so much in college. I dropped out of college, but beer games and beer Olympics were just prominent and huge. And I don't drink alcohol at all. Maybe once in a while now. I'm a big cannabis guy, way healthier. It's just my lifestyle. And I thought, hey, what a great opportunity for their brand and just for people to immerse themselves in a new facet of the cannabis world, which is drinking cannabis beer. And so we're gonna have a beer pong tournament. That's gonna be the main attraction of the Olympics. It's gonna be 8 teams, pairs of 2, teams of 2, and there'll be 3 prizes: a first, second, and third, all with sponsored by Positive Vibes, which is really cool head shop. Travis, I was telling Julie about it in the green room. They're a really prominent, well-known head shop, actually a block away from our Inglewood store. Love to have you folks and show you the whole tour of the block, and it's pretty cool. And I actually live right upstairs from the Inglewood store, so mountain views. We can do a little private sesh there.
Sounds like a plan.
And then we'll have like flip cup and quarters and animal game, whatever the patrons want to do and have fun with. But there'll be plenty of Saria there to imbibe with. So
this is great.
Sounds awesome. That's going to be great.
Well, your parties are always so much fun, though.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Looper Bowl was awesome.
Yeah, right. I love the name of it too. It really it was again organically sitting there thinking like, okay, what do we got to do? And it's on a shoestring budget. And again, just being in business for 10 years and all the hell we've had to go through, particularly the tax man, that's what we still have to deal with. It all stems from being federally legal. We need to legalize federally, please. But everybody focuses on, and when I say everybody, like the mainstream media and even people in the industry, like they'll say, oh, banking so restrictive. It's like, not really. I think the most crushing thing with the banking is not being able to get a merchant account. And like that eliminates taking credit cards. That's one of the biggest blows. I mean, God, I can't tell you how many people come through. It's like, I got to use an ATM, or you're upselling, you're working really hard, you're trying to incentivize your bud tenders. Like, and then you do, and then you get there and they're like, oh, I only have 60 cash or da da da. It's just, it's really tough. But even above all that, the most regressive thing happening on the high THC side is the IRS tax code 280E. And every time I'm on a show, I want to talk about it because it's just unbelievable. I actually call it 280 slavery, because seriously, it's like they just, it's good. Like, we're helping the economy out here. We're pumping out taxes for the local municipalities and all that, but no one considers like what we have to deal with just 280E. It's a tax code that was created back in the 80s, way before my time, even. And there was the cocaine rush back then in the 80s, and these cocaine cowboys, being as smart as they were, they'd open up businesses and they then launder their money through those ancillary, not their drug business, whatever, but then they take deductions. And what were their deductions on? Yachts, Ferraris, big ass houses, things like that. Government got real hip to it, said no way. So the 280 tax code pretty much says if you're a controlled substance, can't deduct any of your expenses while if trafficking the product. And they see us as trafficking at a federal level. State level we can take our deductions, but at a federal level they see us as trafficking a controlled substance. So all of our expenses on our storefront, from my salary that day, from the cases, the product, the stapler, down to the paper, and Post-it notes. I mean, you just can't deduct it, and even under the marketing too. So I was saying earlier, like, we're more interactive experience now. We found that having these events, tapping into our social media, tapping into our network, having these events has helped us market ourselves. So, and 280E, it's the most regressive thing happening in the industry, and that's real talk. Like, that's why it's like the reason we have gray hairs and stuff like that, and it's still really stressful is really because of 280E. And for the big boys, they actually kind of like it. You think about it, like, strategy wise, like, they got big money backing them, and now they have enough momentum and they have enough stores that they can absorb that hit, and or they got money to like pay it. Where a lot of these small businesses, like when I started back in 2013, I can't tell you how many dispensaries I don't see anymore. Like chains, brands, their own, they're not around because they've been consolidated. Because that's just like the nature. That's the nature of the game. It's gonna happen with CBD too. But that's why I believe in a brand like your guys's, and why I always support you guys, because like, you guys started here in Colorado, small business, and you guys do it right. And there's always going to be that room for the connoisseur, and then obviously there's going to be the mass Bud Lights and like that. So and 280E. So I had to get on my little soapbox there.
Well,
man.
you're right.
You guys inspire me.
Not the dispensary pays a tax, and then the consumer also pays a huge tax.
Oh yeah, it's
out the door.
Crazy, dude. Oh my god, like in North Glen, where we have our rec and med store. Like just last year, on the city council, they passed that. Forgive me, it's like not only that every year they're going to up the taxes on the rec side, but they're doing it to the medical patients. And that's what we had. Our community relations guy Tim, like, he put together this great little pamphlet we've handed out in our stores, but sure enough, it passed. Like, people are, I love North Glen, I'm not talking bad about them, but they got a lot of expenses. They got new rec centers, a new justice, and they're getting the pressure too, and they need money, but it's like overtaxing is not going to get you more money. Like, we've learned that in the past, it's like, you let a business like the cannabis industry, like a cannabis business, do what we're doing good, which is driving volume in there and collecting the taxes for the local municipalities. So there is that part as well too. So there's a lot of challenges, but what I always keep a perspective of, this has never happened in our lifetime, in this dimension or whatever, in this life. Like, there's never been a legalized high THC cannabis industry like to what we have here in Colorado. And it's just amazing. Obviously it started in California in the medical side in 96, and then went up to my state in 98 along with Oregon. And then obviously led up to here in 2012 with my state in Colorado legalizing. But I just always keep that perspective when it gets dark, and when it gets, when you're just feeling down, you just have to keep perspective that even with the CBD, we're like, we've never had this opportunity before.
No.
Like, because maybe we didn't have the knowledge of what the plant can do or whatever, but here we are, and it's legal. It's in the farm bill, and it's like both sides, THC and CBD world. We just keep that. I just keep that perspective that it's never happened before, and just gotta dig deep and keep going and have a mission and have a purpose. So.
Right.
Word.
Well, and it's not just CBD, THC. There's so many new, we're finding out more and more about the CBG. And
whole full spectrum, God bless, yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
oh, man.
We have only just begun to realize what we have.
I know it.
I remember a conversation with an ag guy, and we were discussing the farm bill, and he's like, oh, all these hemp farmers, they hire THC hemp. And he had no idea why it's because of those other
full spectrum, broad spectrum
they could get,
and again, like you said, we're just at the tip. Like, we don't know. I mean, there's like the more they research it, and obviously we'll know. But I could just tell you from, like I said, drinking from this product, it's like there's a full spectrum feel to it, and that's just years of using the product. When there's a difference between distillate and like you're saying, like broad or full spectrum. And just from this, I could tell like, the terps and the hops is like working synergistically with the THC and the terpenes there. So it's interesting for sure.
So we got something exciting to tell everybody about, because we're going to start doing something neat. Well, the reason why they got invited back, we now have a sponsor for our green room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Be Good is the first sponsor for the Veedverks green room.
Yep.
When you come in as a guest, there will be Good products ready for you, waiting for you, and we're going to shout you out. So if anybody has a dispensary and they want to get on our green room, just like Veedverks, let us know.
Definitely take advantage. Yeah, it's a wonderful green room, and just the show and the whole experience. Your guys' facility here is amazing, and we're really proud and excited to start this part of our relationship with you guys. I know, it's been like over a year. Everything
takes time.
Right, it all takes time, and we're all hustling and working too. But no, we're really excited about it, and we're excited about the opportunity. And you folks are great. I don't know if you know, but these folks are everywhere. They're like, I just saw you guys at the CCC, but no, and we respect that, because that's where it's at in the industry, is networking and showing up and having a face for your company, and it shows that you guys love your brand and you love your company and you believe in it. There's a lot of people who's just like, they're like prevalent on social media, but they're not actually on the ground working and going after it, and that's something we definitely are all about. But yeah, we're excited to go in that venture. I could talk more about the party. I don't know where we're at.
Yeah, tell us about the party.
I could talk about you guys all day. But yeah, we got Saria there, a bunch of other cannabis sponsors. My guys from Natty Rems will be there. Who else? Blue Kudu, Robots, Escape Artists. So Natty Rems is a concentrate company. If you guys aren't familiar, they do vape cartridges, live resin, I think some rosin as well. Blue Kudu, they made their name as a
open vape.
Open vapes there too. Blue Kudu made their name as like chocolatiers, but they've recently just ventured into gummies.
Have they?
And my God, they use 25% real fruit juice. And what I'm finding with these products that I see on the shelf, like they're competing, they're trying to find ways to separate themselves, and I'm excited they went that route, because taste was the biggest one. Yeah. It's like the THC, they're all gonna get me high, right? But I'm looking for other things. Like, I don't care about the shape or the packaging, but they went after taste, and my God, like, they're flying off our shelves. 25% real fruit juice. Who else? Robots. They're another gummy that just flies off our shelves. The way they're spelled is Robots, because like they use BHO when they first started.
Okay.
It's really a little interesting fact. Escape Artists, they use lotions. I mean, they do topicals. Stratos, tinctures, but they're pills. Pills fly like hotcakes in our stores, especially with the older demographic.
Like gel caps?
No, they're tablets.
They're tablets.
Tablets.
Yeah, they got a press.
Huh.
Little pressies.
Nice.
Yeah, Open Vape, who's the next one. They have pressies as well, and obviously they've been killing it for years, and we've been around I think they started in like '08 Organolabs did, but we're OGs with them. Like, I go way back. I know all their owners through Richie, but Alleviar, they're what do? They do pills as well. Really nice tinctures. Harvest is a concentrate company. And I got my guys from Made in Shaolin. They make the artesian Cannagars. We've done a couple collabs with them. We call them Llama Gars because it's made with 5 grams of Llama brand cannabis. But then Llama brand, solventless, which for those who don't know, it's pretty much extracting cannabis with water, heat and pressure and friction as well. And he's really close with Kenwall, who's really known. What's up, Kenwall? I was just at their facility this morning, actually helping them out. I was talking with Kenwall, but he's a real well-known, the solventless extract artist. And then at the end was a Gordo tip, and Gordo is a glass maker here in Colorado, and those and they're pretty pricey, over $200. Yeah. But they fly off our shelves. So, anyways, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be smoking down with some Gars on the Looper bus. So we'll be partnering with Looper again.
So there'll be a place to consume.
Yeah, definitely be a place to consume. And then who else? And then all those vendors will be there. You'll get to they'll have swag, and you'll get to talk to them about their products, but they'll also be handing out coupons, and you can take that coupon and go down the store, which is conveniently, right down the way, and get some products for the event or just to take home. So we got that. We'll have a big vendor pit. Geez, what else? We have a long list of it. Food. I'd say this is probably the most exciting. I don't know how I pulled this off. Well, I do know. We'd be good. And, Tzatziki's, if you're familiar with it, right?
Yes.
Mediterranean cafe. I mean, they're wholesome ingredients, just super delicious. They have a store located right across the highway from us up there off 120th. They're on the east side. We're on the west side. But they're not sponsoring. Can't say that, but they're presenting the food for us. It'll be salad, pasta, and
they do have chicken. A good Greek menu.
Right. It's just so good. It's really good. And we'll have some bread with some dips on the side, and I was really excited about that. And again, this is a free event for our members. RSVP is free. And then what else do we got going on? Oh, my guy Rob, the art museum. I don't know if you heard of this gentleman. His name's Rob Gray. He's a great guy. For the last year, he's been doing pop-up cannabis-friendly art museums. So they'll do it for example, his first 2 were in an Airbnb that was cannabis-friendly in the Highlands. And it was really cool, and he connects with local artists. They just hang their art on the wall.
That's really cool. And
you go there and you just imbibe in cannabis and meet like-minded folks. And then part of his crew is Vegan Stoner Club. They're this really cool collective up in Boulder. I think they just moved down here to Denver, though. Obviously vegan, but they make vegan meals that are infused with cannabis. And I met Rob at the Federal Heights grand opening last Labor Day, and just a really nice guy, really ambitious, and loves the cannabis and the community, and he's really pushing the culture forward. And anyways, he's going to be running an art museum there and a art con. So artists, he's going to have artists there. They're going to be showing off their products that you can buy and all that. But the location of the party, which I don't say too much about it because it's a private event. I don't really want to tell people where it's at. Yeah. But, Looper Bowl. But even since Looper Bowl now, every wall is covered in famous graffiti murals.
Oh, nice.
From famous local artists. So our GM, Elvis, shout out to Elvis, the whole team.
Shout out
Elvis. He holds it down for us, but homie grew up in North Denver and just knows all these prominent street artists. The Chris Havens. Mm-hmm. Chris Haven is known for, he does these pyramid people. They're like little pyramids with faces, and how they're pretty fun. And MPEC, he's a gentleman from Mexico City, does these really far out, Aztecian, trippy, lucid paintings. And then Love Pulp, and then this guy named Zev, and then Gorilla Garden. What's that?
Zip.
No.
Wrong Zip.
There are many Zips.
Yeah. This is I don't know, but these guys, these artists are so cool, and they're just real. And Elvis has pieces too. Elvis is an artist himself, and so the facility acts as an art museum, and the walls are 20 feet high, and the murals are that high, and it's just really exciting. I'm glad to bring that. We're all for the culture, and again, we're real big in that community. I was able to tag along a couple weekends ago. We were at a Rise festival.
Nice. And
again, supporting those artists. MPEC was there, Took, Zeb, Pulp, and and then they have Crush Walls coming up as well, which is a huge thing that the Rhino Art District does. And a lot of the businesses in the Rhino Art District, they open up their walls to not only local artists, mural artists, but to folks from abroad. Like they had the Obey artist. I think his name is something Ferry.
We got invited to something down there on the 6th.
Oh, I would definitely take advantage of it.
Take advantage of it.
I've gone there the last couple of years to support my guy Elvis. We call him Elvis Freshly. He always gets a wall because he came up with he's good friends with the guy who runs walls even. So Bgood's gonna be out there. We're gonna be tapping in with all the artists and getting our brand out there again. That guerrilla marketing, and we're just we're foot soldiers because we just don't have the budget for all that other expensive shit. Anyways, I'm rambling, but and then we're another person we've done events with is our guy Oscar, and he has Geeks Between Worlds. And it's a video game, movie, that kind of culture podcast that he does.
Oh, cool! And
he's gonna be running our video game lounge. It's gonna be upstairs, and that should be pretty cool. We'll have a few systems there, like PlayStation and a PlayStation 4 and a Xbox, and we gotta have the 64 though. We're gonna have the N64 for sure. And then another gal and another level to the event is gonna be Sarah with Cushion Canvases.
Oh, I know her.
Yep. So, obviously using cannabis, and then you can do a nice little paint class there as well. And we got a few more surprises up our sleeves. I don't want to tell it all, but it's definitely going to be a good time, and just be building off Looper Bowl for sure.
Well, looking forward to it. Am I invited? Can we come?
Absolutely. I'm sending you the link right now.
Right.
What else? Did I miss anything? I got it. Yeah, exclusive specials.
I think you got everything.
Live painting. Yeah, so it's really exciting, and like I said, it's just a celebration of 10 years of being in service. But again, just showing appreciation to the cannabis community. That's why we're making it a free event and just pushing the culture forward. So I think this will be one for the ages.
Awesome. Do you know any jokes?
I know some, but I'm not.
Can't tell them?
Yeah, I'm not too big on the joke. I just heard one. I'm trying to think about it, but not really.
If everybody knew a joke, I'd have a list of 100 jokes. Nobody knows any jokes that they can tell. But any parting words of wisdom that you'd like to tell people besides?
I talked about the stores. So we got stores in Central Denver. That's our medical only store. And we got the Med Rec store up in North Glen. And then the rec store in Federal Heights and a rec store in Inglewood. Got to talk about you guys, how much I appreciate you guys. We talked about the party. Again, 21 plus. You can go to Bgoodmmj.com, get all the information there, how to RSVP. You can hit us up in the DMs. It is a private event, so we can't just be blasting a link and things like that. Like I said, just celebrating my 6 years with Bgood coming up here in September. It's crazy to think. And I just really appreciate you guys and appreciate the opportunity to come on the show and promote our big 10-year birthday bash.
Outstanding.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Well, I tell you what, do me a favor, because I'm going to be running from Healthy Denver to this one.
Okay.
Hide my gift back.
Oh, right. I got you. Dude, I got you.
Yeah. We'll
don't worry. You guys are fam. We got
with
you.
your mama over there. Is she going to be working the door again?
I think because we're expecting this event, already with all the RSVPs we have, it's going to be a really big one. So, I'm going to tap into Rob's network or probably me working window. Actually, I'm floating around there. So probably not. But no, I just want her to enjoy. But I don't think the Bulldog will be out, though, this time. Usually Bulldog is. But we had an injury scare, but again, with CBD, like he had a really bad, like pinched nerve. And we come back to the doctor less than a month, after it happened, just to check up. And she's like, "Oh my God, is this the same dog?" And granted, he lost some weight and things of that nature, but the CBD, and and that's a broad spectrum too. Like it has THC in it, but it's THCA, so non-psychoactive. But I gotta believe that broad spectrum is really helping them out. But the whole other cast will be there. That's who I didn't shout out. Our like Llama brand will be there. Top Dog Genetics. Single Source. So Single Source is a new solventless concentrate brand. It's actually Llama brand grown quality flower and then extracted by Ken Wall, and they're killing it too. If you want to get that on the rec side, we only have it at our Inglewood store, and that's the only product of theirs on the rec side. It's all medical. And then Positive Vibes, as I'd mentioned, they're really great. Check them out on the south, right by like Hamden Broadway there in Inglewood, Cushing, Kansas, Tazeke. Yeah, I got it all.
You got it.
I think all my sponsors. Oh wait, my guy Chris Haven's gonna be DJing. That famous artist I told you about who does the Pyramid People. He's gonna be DJing, and I think our guy Speaks as well. Consumption Bus. Shout out to Looper. Looper just expanded to LA. But we're going to be doing some cool things with them here. And pinch me if I'm going too long. But yeah, I think I got all of my respected vendors on there. And like I said, we got a couple surprises that are birthday themed. So just something to look forward to. Yes. But yeah, okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Word.
Graydon Washington from Bgoodmmj.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Appreciate
Thank you, Julie, for setting this up as always.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining, everybody. And as always, I'm Travis Lippert reminding you, if you don't get hemp here, get hemp somewhere.
Be good.